continue to condition Gladys to traverse the different gorilla areas that she'll share with the adult gorillas. Ultimately, we just are trying to think of every little thing that she might run into prior to going in with the surrogate. And one of the features of the gorilla bedroom areas are with the gorilla shift doors between the different bedroom areas. There's a rise in these doors. It's about 8 inches, maybe to a foot off the ground, so it's not ground level. So one of the things we have to do with Gladys is train her to confidently climb up and go over that door threshold. And we've started that process, and it's going quite well. We initiated it by building up straw piles on either side, so she had a little ramp, and it was real easy for her. And then we had one surrogate on one side of the door and another surrogate on the other side of the door. And we called her back and forth. And at first she was a little nervous, but before too long she was right back and forth. And every time she would go through the threshold, she would kind of smash down the bedding a little bit. So she had to actually climb higher and higher now to the point to where she got to the point where she didn't need any sort of a ramp. And she can very ably pull herself through this threshold and over the other side. That's very important because she's going to need to be able to get around, sometimes on her own, sometimes the surrogate mom will carry her around. So she just needs to have all the skills. We've also created a little baby transfer chute. It's just a very small tunnel in the howdy mesh for Gladys specifically. This is there as kind of a backup that we see some need that we would like to get our hands on Gladys again and look at her and make sure everything's okay. We just needed to figure out a way we could do that without having to tranquilize the surrogate mom to get her away. We want to make it as uninvasive as possible. So we created this little bitty transfer tube that Gladys can fit through, but the adult gorillas cannot. And so we obviously want Gladys very good at transferring through this thing, which we've worked on that too, and she's doing quite well with that also. So it's a hope that, hopefully we don't have to use it, but if we have to, we hope that we can have a keeper on one side and coaxing Gladys to come through away from the gorillas. That way we don't have to do anything more than that to get a hold of Gladys and look at her.